Penta Cero Miedo made his WWE debut this week, Trevor, on Monday Night Raw. Gotta say, I think we're both in agreement. Fantastic debut.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Like I was when I heard the match booked, I honestly said it. I said it out loud. I was like, he couldn't have picked a better opponent. They couldn't have picked a better opponent for him. Like, say what you want against Chad Gable. You've been saying it for years, and I've been agreeing with you. Chad Gable might be one of the best pure wrestlers on that roster, and they job him out completely. It's ridiculous. And that matchup was the best matchup on the show. That was the best match of the night. That was the best matchup of the night, and it was one of the most entertaining matches of the night.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Chad Gable, like you mentioned, like he's just one of those guys. I think WWE views him as he's such a good worker that it works against him because they look at him like, oh, he can make anyone look great.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a lot like Christian was after a while. Christian was such a great worker. That's what they used him for.
Well, I mean, Vince hated Christian. That was like a big
couldn't
thing.
Stand Christian.
And you know why he hated Christian? He just said, oh, he's ugly. He didn't like.
Did he really say that?
He was like, I don't want to put that man over.
Did he really say that?
That's literally why he did. Like, that's why Christian. That's why, despite being more talented than Edge, Christian got buried at every turn.
Every time he did, and I used to say Christian was better, was more talented than Edge. People, and I'm an Edge fan. I love Edge, and people looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to Penta, but Penta made his debut. A great ovation in San Jose. He whooped out a Canadian destroyer, or as Pat McAfee said, it's a Mexican destroyer.
God, I hate him sometimes.
Darg. Whoops out a Canadian destroyer. Chad Gable takes one of the most insane-looking bumps I've ever seen on a Canadian destroyer. Looked amazing. Penta won the match, and afterwards he cuts an impassioned promo, and he's like, San Jose, this is the Netflix era, but it's also the Penta era. The era of Cero Miedo. And it was a great reaction.
I thought it was great to see his family up front and everything.
Yeah, his daughter was crying in the front row. Obviously,
I didn't realize he was a girl dad. He's a
girl dad, bro. That's a big family. And shout out to him. He got, and look, this was, if anyone deserves it, it is Penta. All right? This man has worked his ass off.
He definitely has,
his entire career. Him and Ray Phoenix, yeah.
I would love to see his brother move up too, but I know that's going to be harder.
It's going to happen.
I know it's going to be harder to do, but I would love to see his brother move up too. Because I'm telling you now, if Penta and Ray Phoenix, if the Lucha Bros are on the same show or in WWE, just give them the belts. Don't even have a match. Just give it to them. Just wrap it up, shine it up nice, and give it to them.
Yeah. Can I be honest though? You know, my favorite part of all of this was, and I enjoyed Penta. I love the moment for him. I love everything.
Right.
My favorite part of this, Penta is such a funny guy and such a wrestling nerd. He knew what he was doing because he knew how to pop meat. If you know how to pop meat as a wrestling fan, you won the Wrestling Nerd Olympics. Bro, I'm watching this, right? And you hear the Cero Miedo. You hear the music and Penta, the fire is coming out. And Penta is doing the La Parka walk.
Rocker dance, yep.
The La Parka walk to the ring. And I geeked out, Trevor. Me and like 4 other guys online on the internet were like, oh, it's La Parka thing.
Sitting there, I'm laughing. I'm like, yo, that's not La Parka.
He's funny. Yo, Penta, 10 out of 10 debut, 15 out of 10 entrance.
Dude, it was awesome. I'm sitting there like, a hero is you, Penta. A hero is you, good sir.
Yeah. No, man, Penta is cooking it. Like he, and I just can't wait to see what he does. I think the obvious direction for him is like Rey Mysterio. I think it's going to be him and Rey. And I want to see Penta as a heel. Even though
I
that man
did,
is selling an insane amount of merch right now. I don't know if
dude. I
he
do
might be
too.
too
Like
good to turn heel right now.
he's one of those guys though. Like he's been like a tweener most of his career anyway. Like it's fine. It's fine. They're still gonna root for him. They're still gonna sell merch. Like, come on.
Yeah. Great job by WWE. Fantastic presentation. One of the best
Yeah.
debuts in recent memory for
They
them.
they did a good job with Penta. They really did. They really, really, really did. I was very impressed. I was impressed by Raw as a whole last night, actually, because of actually, like you said, after that poop sickle that they laid last week, I was very impressed last night. The presentation was good. Presentation of Penta was good. Um, they didn't belittle him. They didn't make him look small, like he didn't matter. Like the show was more important. They actually presented him in a way that other fans could be impressed by his performance and look up who he is and learn who he is. Like they presented him in a way to get more fanfare for him, and I applaud them on that.
And he looked at home in a WWE ring.
He definitely did. Hell, they even presented Chad Gable in a way that newer fans could look him up. Because don't get me wrong, as good as in Omar will attest to this, as good as Penta looked, Chad Gable looked good too. That was a hell of a match. It was a good match for both people involved.
Yeah. Shout out to Penta. Shout out to Chad Gable. Shout out to WWE for that debut. Shout out to La Parka, most of all,
Yes.
though. Shout out to La Parka.
I gotta go back and watch it again.